No, already starting out with technical difficulties. To the, I don't know, no one who's probably watching. Um, we're here today to talk about what Tolkien fans are in for.
You're echoing,
With
buddy.
I am.
You are. Are you listening to it?
Uh,
It's okay, man.
uh, let's see.
I'll be honest, I'm not getting an echo.
It
Not
might
sure
just
if
be
that's
me.
I think
helping
that's
me.
on your end, Steve.
All right,
Still
cool. I'll fix it. I will fix it then. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm screwing up the show. I'm supposed to be
Steve
going in.
just sabotage
Yeah, that's all
the
right. That's
super
all right.
high effort, high quality streams that we put together here over at the White Cloaks.
Hold on, let me fix
So
this.
we're here to talk about Rings of Power and Wheel of Time, specifically the well, like I said, what Tolkien fans are in for now that we've finished the rewatch. The last couple ones that are going to drop soon of episode 4. So episode 3 and 4 were both directed by one Wayne Yip. It's the guy we got shared on the screen up here. And as it says, he's going to be directing 4 episodes of the upcoming Lord of the Rings of Power, which for those of you watching at home, that is half. It's half the series run of the $500 million investment that Amazon is putting into this. And I'd like to throw out one other thing for discussion here. Wayne Yip has also got one other impressive credit to his IMDb account. He was the director of the season finale of the Jodie Whittaker season 11 Doctor Who, which was fantastic from all accounts. It was the one of the lowest ranked episodes of a low ranked season. So really, just a phenomenal backlog and resume for this director. And Amazon's giving him half of the show, and he's also serving as an executive producer. So that's the topic of conversation. Today I'm joined by the one and only Prophet of the Dragon and my fellow White Cloaks, Dane Bornhold and Alex Green. I am going to be appearing as my horse avatar only today because I'm operating out of a hotel with terrible bandwidth. So that's the start of the intro there. Oh, yeah, our very helpful and very supportive friend Trip is running in the background to help us mod the chat and just generally be super awesome and useful. So thank you, Trip, doing great work for us. All right, Prophet, over to you.
What am I doing? Hi.
We're in introduction.
We're in. Oh well, you all know me by now. I hope, Prophet of the Dragon. But I mean, I don't know. You want to just jump right in? I mean, come on! Like, what an intro! And now it's like we knew Rings of Power was going to be terrible, but I had no idea this hack was doing half of it. That's crazy.
It is crazy. Alex, I think you're the one who really first brought this up to our attention. So maybe you want to dive into it. And OBG, hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming out.
So I guess, yeah, with very few exceptions, I really don't like to talk shit about directors of a television show. Because a director of a television show isn't like a director of a movie. Like when you hear about a director of a movie, you think of somebody who's running everything and controlling everything. In a television show, that tends to be the showrunner's job. There's a reason that shows are typically split up with a different director in every episode, or they only do 1 or 2. They're asked to do. They get, per episode, they get generally 8 days of pre-production and then 8 days of filming, and then they're out. And so they have a lot to do in that area, but they're not doing casting. They're not doing location scouting. They're not doing script revisions. So a lot of times, like, a good director, gets a shit script and there's just nothing to be done for it. But there are times in television directing where they just do an awful job. They make terrible choices within the limited confines of their role. And Wayne Yip regularly on the Wheel of Prime makes terrible choices within the confines of his role. I guess I don't think he's an idiot. with the exception of like a Hunter Biden, you don't graduate from Yale without being a pretty bright guy. But he just sucks as a director. And I'm going to go so far as to say nobody from an Ivy League school should be making television at this point. You know, we've seen Joby Harold and we've seen Rafe Judkins. These Ivy League guys, they just do that. There's a disconnect from general audiences that just can't be overcome.
Are you sure he went to Yale?
I'm pretty sure.
Because IMDb is saying Oxford School of Graphic Design.
Is it Oxford or is it Yale? Maybe it's Yale for grad school.
Sorry,
I could have
no,
sworn it was Yale.
It says
Either
here
way,
on
the point stands.
IMDb. No, it doesn't. If you graduate from anywhere with a degree in graphic design, you don't get any credit in anything. No matter, like, if you got graphic design from MIT, that doesn't fucking count.
You're right. It is Oxford. Why am I thinking Yale? Who is Yale? Anyway,
Is that Uda? Uda?
That might be Brozowitz, but either way, I'm going to say that Oxford is the Yale of London, so I'm going to maintain my point.
It's one of the oldest universities in the world. But it's the School of Graphic Design.
Yeah, and Dan, I could be wrong here, but isn't his, like, the majority of his work music videos and commercials? And I know that's how everybody starts in the industry generally, but it's a good lead into.
It's a good lead in to talk about the job he got prior to doing Wheel of Prime, which was Doctor Who. He actually did 2 seasons. He did, I think, a total of 3 episodes, but this is the most recent one that you see. And so this is episode or season 11, and you can see here started out reasonably strong with 8.2 and then a 6.9. Okay. Obviously, we know a little bit about the reception of this season. Anyone who's been paying attention to fantasy IP knows kind of what happened here. But it's important to kind of scroll down a little bit here and see all the way down right there. Resolution 5.8 stars is where his ended up.
What are you talking about? So, this day and age, that's a solid half. We're gonna give you the most expensive show on the planet with a 5.8. Sounds about right.
Well, some of the people who have watched some of our shows have seen that we've done a deep dive into some of the IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes scoring, right? So, Dane, how confident do you feel about this 5.8?
I haven't seen Resolution, so I can't comment on that. All I can do is say that I've been looking at Cherwell College on my screen over here when I'm looking that way. And I'm pretty sure this is the English equivalent of a community college that just happens to be in Oxford. So I don't think we need to give Wayne Yip any credit for anything. I'm kind of surprised he can even read.
So now how confident do you feel about that 5.8?
I was going to say, the only reason that I think this one might not be astroturfed is that the British government pays for it. So it's not like there's any need for it to do well.
Like, so here's an interesting point. The British government paying for it. So look at the U.S. versus non-U.S. users there. So the U.S. users are actually propping up the UK users' scores.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I don't think there's any motivation for a production company to pay for a bot army to boost this one when the British taxpayers are paying for it. It doesn't matter. I mean, Doctor Who went from being a cultural staple to being regularly outrated by Antiques Roadshow on the BBC Two. Like, over the course of 5 years,
What's wrong with Antiques Roadshow, man? There's some beautiful.
There's nothing wrong with Antiques Roadshow. It's just not what Doctor Who used to be.
I don't know what you got against antiques in the white cloaks here, but I think they're beautiful. I would definitely watch it over Doctor Who. In fact, I think I have.
If Amazon Prime gave me the option of watching Antiques Roadshow over Wheel of Prime, I would be bidding on every single one of those pieces of silverware.
100%. I would buy all the vases. The vases, yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, I am for I don't know if I should say unfortunately or fortunately at this point. I never got into Doctor Who. I sort of missed that. I missed that boat. But I know that all the fans are suffering dearly. So it's one of those. I still don't know if it's worth it. It's one of those things. A lot of people tell me it's still worth it to go back and watch the earlier things, even though it ends up being a pile of poop. But I don't know. These rating systems are so flawed now, and both ways. You don't know how, like, to be fair, I guess devil's advocate here too. You don't know how many people just went in and voted one as well. So, um,
Oh, we can dig into that a little bit. This
all
is
right.
Dane's idea on looking at the reviews by their helpfulness score, which
Well, that's
IMDb
that's
actually
that's
provides
yeah.
for you.
No, that
Um,
that does make a lot of sense. If it's more than the same copy paste thing, it's the greatest show ever. Jodie Whittaker is a delight, and she should be the doctor for everything. And then it's repeated 18 times. Yeah. So definitely unique responses does help, but it's hard to that takes some time. But you guys,
I totally get your point. I mean, I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan. I think they go by Whovians. Is that I think
I
I
think
think I've
so.
heard that before. My wife's pretty big into it. I've seen a fair amount of the backlog, and I did kind of skim through this episode just to sort of see whether or not the reviews were kind of queuing in on things that I thought was maybe reliable. Um, so I'm going to list some of the common trends in reviews here, and you guys tell me if you think this sounds Wayne Yip esque. So the sort of antagonist, which is a sort of human Dalek kind of hybrid kind of thing, that then sort of escapes and is messing around the TARDIS, starts messing up a whole bunch of systems and breaking communications, all sorts of other stuff. You don't actually see any of this happening. What you do see is Jodie Whittaker mentioning that it happened.
What the fuck is a TARDIS?
It's this. All right, so Dane is not the
Okay,
right person.
Dane's
So mute.
out.
So let's mute Dane. At least I know what a TARDIS is, man. Come on.
I guess the only thing that I'm going to say about that is, that might be shit directing, but I feel like that's shit writing first, and that's what I mean when I say it's hard to shit on directors for plot related stuff. You almost have to go on like, you identify that the concept is stupid, and then sort of, identify how well they adapted the stupid concept.
Yeah, I agree. That's a hard one to put on the writer or on the director. If the writing is this stuff happens off screen, but she says this. It's like, how does the director get around that?
Yeah, I mean, especially this is another Rafe Judkins situation where Chibnall's is both the writer and the showrunner for this one, I believe. So I mean, what is he going to say? Yo, boss, you have a fucking room temperature IQ. I have to rewrite all of this. Like,
Yeah, even though it's facts, you're not going to say that to your boss.
right.
I would.
Well, you are a unique sunflower, Dane, and we all know it.
Yep.
So, thank you, sir.
Honesty
You're
is
your
the
own. Wait. You're your own
policy.
boss, aren't you?
No, not yet. Getting
Oh,
close.
sorry. I just pictured you
Market's
saying in the mirror
going
to
like this,
yourself.
like,
You're like, I have this picture of you just speaking to yourself in the mirror, calling yourself an asshole. You're just like, you're such an asshole. It's like,
No. I do there's a Homer Simpson GIF that I shared. That's what I do in the mirror.
I was gonna say I always picture Dane as the and God damn it, people like you as he's looking into the mirror,
just
like
a little affirmation before he
hyping
wakes
himself
up.
No, I
Wait,
start
what?
the day with an exfoliating.
Dane's the
Robot
only
scrub.
person with worse internet than me.
Yeah.
right.
Well,
It's
he is
raining in Canada. We've lost
Yeah.
Dane.
Yeah.
Home of the worst hockey team on
All
the
right.
planet, the Calgary Flames. Sorry, I had to get it in while he was gone. Go ahead.
And the app.
Oh, there you go.
Am I back?
Lost him. Yep,
Oh,
we got
he's
you.
back.
Go for it.
The D.
So you guys, how deep did I get into my American Psycho joke?
All I heard was Calgary Flames suck.
None.
That's it.
You don't.
You didn't. We just wanted to know, how many pages do you read in the first half hour you're awake?
100?
100? That's fair. That's that's what, a tenth of the Shadow Rising. That's a pretty solid
can
solid
get
morning.
No, but that's
So
I
We
I
missed
did an
everything you said.
exfoliating balm cleanser and
Mm.
aftershave without alcohol joke, which
Oh.
yeah, okay, it's not landing at all anymore. I hate
I
that.
pictured Dane
No,
with a full-on
totally
bath bomb in a bathtub. Just throws that eucalyptus
All right.
bath bomb in there and goes to
trying
town.
to rope this back on
Go ahead.
topic. Okay,
I wear
Alice,
an
I think
ice
you need
mask
to
when I do my
here.
stomach crunches. I can do 1,000.
All right, I'm gonna have to
Sorry,
mute
Fitz,
Dane.
go ahead.
I think you made a decent point that like the director is not the end all be all. He's not responsible for everything, right? But a fair amount of stuff that we've seen from the Wheel of Prime that is pretty uniquely the purview of the director, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There are several things in this Wheel of Prime show that are just awful. One of the things that jumps out at me immediately is he directs like a sophomore film student that thinks he is God's gift to television. Like, the number of like excessive and artistically showy transitions between scenes is bizarre. He regularly has like 30-second scene transitions, and it might not be jarring the first time you see it, but by the fourth time it happens, you're kind of like, there's a story you're trying to tell, buddy. Like, this isn't a second grader's PowerPoint presentation. Why did you choose to do this way? It's bizarre.
So
I think I might
going
have
from
one of
memory,
those.
what are the scene transitions?
I think
So
I
you
might
got
have
this
one queued up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so,
this is like
let
a
me play this
30-second
here.
transition.
I thought we swore we'd never watch this part again.
It's unavoidable, sir. Unavoidable.
Here it is. This is the nice part. This is what we're talking about. Oh, this is gonna be so
Like,
good,
why-
guys. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Was this
Rings
more
of
blood
Power-
disappearing?
In fact, Rings of
disappearing
Power is going to
what?
get this over 4 episodes, not just 2.
Oh man.
Good Lord.
Oh, that's so good.
Look
Oh,
at
so
that.
Did you guys catch
The
that?
blood turned into trees. Wow.
Was the sound coming through on your guys' end? Can you guys tell me? Was the sound
No.
coming through?
No,
No.
but you don't need to hear
You
that.
don't-
You guys
we're
missed.
good.
That
We
was
got
the best
the
part.
sound isn't him.
The sound was actually kind of the best part. As it resolved, there was kind of like a subtle sort of like a gong, kind of like it was. I mean, it was very well done, guys. Like, I don't think you really get to appreciate it just looking at the visuals. It's very well done.
Yeah, and there's like 4 of those in 2 episodes, and it's just strange. Yeah, I mean, I get wanting to have like a directorial style. George Lucas has his Star Wars wipes between scenes, but if you're not George Lucas, it just comes off as being a pretentious dickbag, which I think fits his
Pips,
productions perfectly.
you got to go to the Aes Sedai Dragon's Fang blood puddle with the Trolloc at the start of this episode. That's a good.
More blood. Woo.
Well, I
man,
don't think
okay.
it's not a scene kind of transition, but it's like an ending, right?
This is Wayne's call to fame. Blood
Okay.
transitions.
I get this. Here you
Yeah.
go, guys.
Just the
Let me-
tips.
Man, I have this scene as another point of view of him being a shitty director.
So go down, and the blood.
So wait, so yeah,
Okay,
so
so-
how much is this him like the direct? So I'm being devil's advocate here. How much is this him or them telling him we need that to look like the ancient symbol of Aes Sedai?
If it's anybody, it's Judkins. If it's not him, this is
Well, that's what I'm
Judkins
saying.
sticking
I
his
mean,
nose.
this scene could, like, I could believe this scene is completely out of his hands. They just say, point the camera down. The water's gonna look like a freaking teardrop. Deal with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so what
that
you're
could be it,
suggesting,
right? It could be in the script that
Steve's
says.
argument. So
Sorry.
Steve's argument is that the guy who's been given the helm as an executive producer and the director for half of a $500 million Rings of Power adaptation, adaptation is the wrong word, whatever the hell they want to call it, that guy is basically a non-entity on the set.
He's a yes man. He's got no testicles.
The
Yes.
best argument that we can make is that Wayne Yip is a person who sits in a chair that says director on the back.
Yep.
I mean,
No,
considering Amazon's hiring practices for Rings of Power, would that shock anybody? I almost feel like that fits better. That Wayne Yip has established that there is nobody better at sitting in the chair with his mouth shut as the corporate overlords dictate everything.
Well, they sure did a good job of casting, didn't they? Because Sauron looks like he'd win quite a rap battle.
Yeah. I guess, actually, Pips, you mind running back to that scene? Because there was another thing that I wanted to call out about that scene.
Where in the scene?
The very end of it.
It's just a really good cinematic open. So good.
The first scene that he directs and the last scene that he directs is Nynaeve power posing.
Hell yeah.
And Dane, I guess, how many times did Nynaeve power pose in the books?
Do you mean folded her arms underneath her breasts and huffed or sniffed?
No, I mean straight up like power posed. She does everything but like John Cena flex as she's coming out of this pool.
She's never described like that.
The braid flip.
She tucks her braid. She doesn't flip it. She hops, but she doesn't go like.
Oh. Ann Richards, nice to see you again. You have, I think in our last live stream, you were crushing it in the comments. Thanks for coming back. Yeah. He's either a talentless hack or a corporate whore who do whatever he's told, which is worse.
Why not both?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And nailed it. That's exactly 100%. It's like you're either talentless or you got no balls. So,
man.
I guess you're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't, right?
So yeah. So Pips, play this forward here, and I'm convinced this is the shot that got him the Rings of Power job. Is just imagine Galadriel.
She looks so funny. Sorry.
How far am I playing it forward here?
Just to the end of the scene.
We're looking for the
30 seconds.
If that.
So yeah, so she gets up, she poses, she flips her braid, and she stares into the camera.
Oh man.
And
that's so good.
Remember,
she's a strong
there's no one
woman.
She's doing this in an empty cave.
In an empty cave, yes. She poses in an empty cave. Yeah, is the
well, that wall, it's special.
Pose dramatically.
Okay. I'm going to ask you guys a question. As you look at this, do you think this is the same cave that
I was just going to say that.
I believe it is. The holes are very similar.
Oh my! It is the same cave. It is.
They wheeled out the jacuzzi and they brought in the Logain cage. It's the same fucking set.
It is, dude.
Okay.
I did not.
Neither here nor there. But I think the point you're making about the just absolute, just over the top shot actually ties into maybe this is a theme. So we're saying that maybe he doesn't have the directorial control. A lot of the comments specifically about his episode of Doctor Who, again, the finale of season 11, an episode called Resolution. A lot of them were about the woke sort of social justice, the like in your face kind of visual, just right there messaging. What the critical drinker would call the message.
Yeah.
So even if he is not necessarily the person pushing it, he's clearly the person you call up when you want to push it. right? And again, this is the guy who's an EP and director for half of the episodes of a $500 million project with Tolkien's name on it.
Yeah, and as ridiculous as this braid flip is, his last scene that he did for Wheel of Crime is worse. And we watched this on our rewatch last time. How the show literally ends with her staring dramatically, an ultra close up of her eyes looking pissed. Like he started and he ended with power feminist poses. It is. He is absolutely the guy you call when you are really trying to, push that powerful woman Mary Sue agenda. It's crazy. He's the guy.
Bigot.
All right, so I got I think another epic transition for you here. So this is another Wayne Yip special.
Uh-oh. Here it is.
Just the great drone shot. Worth noting that transition that we just saw there, right? Establishing shot transition, whatever you want to call it, was actually the wrong time of day for the scene that it is establishing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all in the director, right? Like that's squarely.
Yep.
You have a clear sunrise or sunset going into a midday.
Yep.
Well, they get the direction wrong, at least as far as Parrot and Egwene where they're going, because they walk into a sunset when they should be going east. And
yeah,
they're
that's
going southwest. Like those are things that we pointed out on the rewatch that are just that's not the script, that's not the editor, that's not the cinematographer. That has everything to do with the editor, with the director.
I think that might be episode 4.
The funniest part is he does it again. They do that exact same mountain transition where you're getting to it right here where it's where they're walking away from Tar Valon. They're walking in the wrong direction, and then it goes from the sunset to the lantern. Like
that's in episode 4. So Pips, if you're scanning through episode 3 here, you're not going to get it on this video.
Yeah, I don't think. And unfortunately, I don't have episode 4 to be able to pull up here in a way that won't get us completely just get content right away.
You can't just pull up YouTube because it should be up on our channel, Nanam and Ethrin.
Oh man! Now you're asking me to do all
surf
sorts
the
of
web. Now it's okay.
On my single screen laptop and my hotel internet connection.
Here, I think I've got one. Hang on. It's not going to have the watermark on it, so.
That is the best song ever, by the way. I love that song. I'm a woman.
Is that a good song?
It's fantastic.
Wait a second. Where did you get that sound clip of Gawain singing this song, Prophet? That was pretty good.
I thought we've got that. I mean,
man,
I thought
your voice acting is getting better and better.
I'm in the Origins cartoons as Gawain in one of them.
Being inspired by all the comments on this Rings of Power trailer, I just got chills. I'm
shaking.
I got goosebumps. I'm in chills. It was so powerful.
I'm shaking.
It is.
Can you guys see my screen at all?
Yeah.
I can't. I think Pips needs to switch it to. If you're willing to share, I think he needs to accept.
I think Alex is having.
This is it.
Are you having a brain aneurysm, Alex? You're staring blankly.
He's doing stuff.
That's just how he looks. Simmer down.
This transition is one of my favorites. Just so artistic, so beautiful.
Oh
man, that was good.
Why?
Man, that was good.
Why would you spend time on that?
Why would you turn the sun into a lantern in a barn?
Well, to be fair, if what you're saying, a TV director, this is the full range of their creative input, he probably spent way more time on that transition than he did the rest of the whole episode.
Yeah. How long do you think he spent lining up the lantern and the sun so it just like matched up perfectly? He's like, Okay. Oh, it's off a quarter of an inch. You got to move it around. It's like 2 days later. It's like I'm done. Like, oh my god.
It's probably easy enough for him to do. I don't know.
Probably. What are we talking? No, I doubt it. You're probably right. It's what he does. Well, actually, would that be editing or him?
That's him, because he would have some impact on the post production VFX. That's generally what they do. Is he gets 8 days of pre production, 8 days of filming, and then he gets banished to make sure the VFX don't suck.
Mike just corrected me. Sorry, Mike. You've seen my my channel. I don't edit very well, so we'll just leave
Pips,
that
if
there.
I got another phenomenal transition. The wheel of our the Rings of Power folks can be excited about.
The Wheel of
There
Power.
you go.
Is it the doll?
Oh yeah, we love the doll transition. It's great.
Oh, it's
Careful.
Brigitte.
You're playing a long clip here, buddy. You don't want to get taken down. You got your overlay.
Oh,
He's just letting it happen. He's just gonna get us struck.
You made it. Hey,
that was actually kind of shitty.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like it didn't even resolve into like from one thing into another.
No, it wasn't even a good transition. It's like the fog didn't even match up right. Like,
was that more fog? Their favorite thing
Yeah.
to use, fog.
Probably more fog.
Did Wayne create the fog part? Is there going to be fog in Rings of Power?
Actually, yes.
There's absolutely going to be fog in Rings of Power. They've for sure shown us
But
this.
the shitty fucking use of fog machines in the wolf
That
chase.
same fan.
That's on the director, and then all the fog that comes out of nowhere in the attack on the camp. That's also on the director.
Any
Right?
fantasy Amazon production has that same fan just carted all over the place. It's like old reliable. They're just the fog fan. They just cart it everywhere. It's like where's
Throw some milk powder in the
where's
air.
the
and let
fan?
Right? It's like
Man.
the Zack Snyder darkness for the special effects.
It's just they got 8 fans just sitting around. It's like get fan number 4. Let's go. We need some fog ASAP.
So
Okay,
So,
so Alex, I do have to
right
say
now-
this quite clearly because in the meantime, I've been diving into this quite a lot. Oxford and Cherwell College is not Oxford University. He was born in Oxford. He couldn't get into Oxford. He went to a community college that happened to be in Oxford, and he got a graphic design degree. And then he did music videos, and I think the first show on his credit is Secret Diary of a Call Girl, which I
Yes.
remember the first 2 seasons were actually quite good. I never watched like the later seasons, but it was probably trash. But he doesn't have to be a smart guy because he basically went to community college in Oxford,
Cool. I
not
retract the
Oxford
statement
University.
then.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I retract my one compliment. Fuck this dude.
Punk Waddle, hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming out.
What?
Milk powder.
I did say milk
Punk
powder
of
because
the
that's the fog. You throw milk powder in the thing, and yes, indeed, you do defeat the trolls in an Ernest movie. And to be quite honest, I think Wayne Yip could probably direct a pretty decent Ernest movie if he was still alive.
Who couldn't?
Oh man.
I'll be honest. I feel like after Rings of Power, he's going to be back to directing Nike commercials. So
Nice.
yeah,
Do you think, because so far, again, not to keep revisiting this same thing, but like this guy's credit so far is one of the lowest rated episodes of a low rated season of Doctor Who, and then 2 shit episodes of a shit Amazon show that probably nobody but Amazon bots watched,
Well, wait,
and white cloaks hate watching it. Like
have you
I think
guys watched Happy?
Yes.
I did
watch
What do you
Happy.
think of that one? It's a little.
What like did he direct
I
some
think
of
he
it?
had one episode in that.
Like Happy was
I think more.
Happy was an extremely weird show. So I don't even remember if I watched all of it, but I'll be honest, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was just some, and I like that Christopher Maloney? Is that his name?
Mm.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
The
good
guy from
actor.
SVU. I like him, and he did a good job. So I like that show. I wasn't paying too much attention to the directing. There's a flying donkey fairy thing, So I mean, it's one of
Unicorn.
those like it was just a trip of a show. So
All right. Do you guys want to try and watch the trailer here? I know
the full
that
trailer, just be careful.
no, not the full trailer. Pieces of the trailer.
Yeah, just be careful. Yeah, I was gonna say you might be safer just picking out the elements.
Yeah.
On this one, they go hard on. Like me and Nerporio watched House of the Dragon trailer last night, and we didn't they didn't care. They were happy we watched it. I guess it was like all right, but Amazon will strike you down, so just be careful.
And to answer your
Yeah.
question, no, that was, I believe the move out of New Zealand was entirely COVID related. Because as much as we Americans complain about COVID lockdowns, New Zealand lost their fucking mind. Like, they shut down like fucking mail into New Zealand. It was so crazy. And apparently there's a multi-million-dollar studio that Amazon built in New Zealand and then bailed on. So, if you wanted a multi-million-dollar movie studio, you could probably get it for like a cool 50 grand at the moment.
Would I have New Zealand though?
That's assuming New Zealand ever stops being shut down from COVID. I'm pretty sure they're still locked down there. So,
Oh man. Yeah.
So
I feel
actually,
like
we talked about Wheel of Prime setting money on fire by building Emmons Field and then burning it down, even though they're going to need to use it again. Rings of Power functionally did the same thing. I think it's a requirement on all high budget Amazon shows. You just, to start out the filming, you take like $2 million and just light it on fire in a barrel in the middle of the production stage. That's how they do things.
Daddy B's.
Yeah. I just gotta say it's hard to even like contemplate. I think maybe it's just because we've just finished the rewatch on his 2 episodes, and so it's kind of fresh in our minds. But like the idea of giving this guy, I just keep on circling back to the idea that this dude is essentially the biggest lead. I mean, he's an executive producer and directing half, right? So like who else outside of him is going to have more input on what's happening with Rings of Power?
The writers, the showrunner. Honestly, at this point, he's functionally a glorified director of cinematography, is what he is. Some would even say that a director of cinematography has more input in a television show than a director. But even still, he's 4th or 5th on the list if we assume Bezos is 1. Bad Reboot rejects are number 2 and 3.
Bezos doesn't care. Well, I guess that's not true. He wants his Game of Thrones. My bad.
Actually, from what I've heard, Bezos is actually a fairly big Lord of the Rings fan.
So he's going to be irate?
Yeah, like how does that even work?
Like if he's a really big Lord of the Rings fan, he is going to be so... Like, can you picture us being Bezos and Wheel of Time came out? Like, do you know the shit fit I would throw at Amazon if that thing came out and I was running Amazon? I'd be like, what the hell did we pay for? Like, fire all these people.
This is what it would look like.
If there is one possibility, it is that Bezos fires everybody after season 1. Like,
okay, when you say everyone,
he can afford to do it.
Everyone.
Right? I mean,
He didn't do it for Wheel of Prime though.
Well, he's not a Wheel of Prime fan.
He's not a Wheel of Time fan. If he's really a Lord of the Rings like fan, like he's a big truly a fan and not just a like, oh, I like Lord of the Rings.
yeah,
he could.
I think Nerporio's right.
I mean, he could afford to fire them all if he wanted to. Why not?
Does Amazon own Paramount?
I
didn't think Amazon owned Paramount.
Amazon probably owns a company that owns Paramount. Paramount.
Yeah, Nerdtorial. If I'm wrong there, tell me if Amazon owns Paramount. But no, I think the disaster is.
I don't think
Shrek
it
on,
matters. He just wants his show. I don't know. I don't know.
but
We'll see.
If it's as bad
So
as
Mike
it sounds
is
like,
telling us that MGM owns Paramount. I think if I'm interpreting that sort of 3-letter reply.
No, I thought Amazon bought MGM, and that's why Amazon is going to make James Bond movies now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
CBS
wow.
and Viacom. Okay.
Yep.
Ugh.
The list of who owns who at this point is getting crazy. There's like 7 people
Yes.
that own absolutely everything in the world.
Yeah, and they still can't make crap.
Right?
Well, let me rephrase that. They do make crap. They just keep buying up all these IPs and destroying them, so nobody wants to watch them. That's a great.
Amazon owns
Mike
MGM.
clarifying.
I can't gamble in Vegas without paying Daddy Jeff. God damn it!
I think I
Let's
knew
go to
about this one
Caesars.
because of Stargate, the Stargate IP, right? Mike's done some Stargate stuff. I think Amazon owns the rights there and is, much to fans' fears, planning a potential reboot there as well.
Are they going to bring back MacGyver?
It's already coming back, isn't
I was
it?
going to say MacGyver.
I thought
MacGyver was
already a thing.
MacGyver was remade.
No, I mean Richard
got a
Dean
season.
Anderson, who played the Colonel in the show.
Oh, they're
Kurt
actual
Russell.
MacGyver, not a new show, because there is a new MacGyver show, and it's horrible.
I thought that was MacGruber.
No. There's a
there was
MacGyver
that
TV
too.
series.
Because they were fucking great guys. Sorry,
What?
MacGruber
Wow.
joke.
MacGruber?
Good to see you.
Oh, MacGruber. He blew up off him in the van. Yeah, MacGruber was pretty
I
damn
think
funny.
we got MacGruber and MacGyver, and I
It's
think MacGruber was
wild.
better.
All right.
But,
Okay, are we going to go through this trailer, Pips, or what's
No.
the ambition here?
I don't know. This is mostly just a sort of, here. We can maybe play this. I think this is almost as good as the scene we just kind of finished watching here.
Whoa,
Oh,
loud.
it's loud.
Whoa, loud.
Loud, so loud.
So loud.
I didn't think you guys would be getting volume.
I want to mute it. Yeah.
This one goes up to 11.
There you go. It goes up to 11. Here we go. So, what do we think? Is this worse or better than Ivan shooting 3 arrows at once?
The hands?
Worse.
See, at least they hid
Just the arrow.
Ivan shooting 3 arrows at once. Like they didn't draw attention to it.
Oh, is this the catching thing? Oh,
Yeah.
He catches the arrow and then he shoots it back.
So this was Wayne, right?
stunning,
Are we
so
pretty sure
brave.
this was Wayne?
Oh, I don't even.
We don't know.
Is
We
the
don't know
arrow
what
fetish?
episodes they're drawing.
Can
Well,
we bet on it?
So does he have the first 4 or the last 4? Or is it
I think
is
he's got 3, 4, 5, and 6.
3, 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, it's kind of the middle.
I'm betting this is Wayne because he has no idea what aero physics is all about. He just thinks they're like, you just put sticks on a string and they go.
Come on, if Legolas can slide down a frickin' staircase on a shield like a surfboard, this guy can obviously catch an arrow and shoot it back.
Well, he's gonna be better than Legolas. Come on now.
Oh yeah, no question. The intersectionality requires that he be better than Legolas.
This is the Uber elf right here. One elf to rule them all.
I kind of want you to, Pips, I kind of want you to
Yeah.
scroll down through the comments on this YouTube page.
Comments
Because
here are
For the other
electric.
sweet fighting, because the one thing we can say, so we talked about the ridiculous transitions that are involved, but also the absolute asinine fighting that we saw, and presumably,
No spoilers.
I would think.
No spoilers for what's coming up on Tuesday.
Oh wait, I missed this. The skull erector set. Sorry.
Yeah.
Why is
There
she
you go.
stacking skulls? That seems very odd.
No, it's
I think
helmets.
Because
It's
the art,
helmets, but that
because
doesn't
one
make
of
any
the
more
most
sense.
iconic pieces of artwork in the Silmarillion is the stack of bodies.
Oh, okay. Well, wouldn't they be like giving those helmet, getting them cleaned up, and putting on more soldiers, or like melting them down, or something? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, here we go. So compared to ragdoll bodies blowing up in the air, Ivan shooting three arrows at a time, and Nynaeve getting bear hugged by a person with an axe.
I don't know. I wish they'd stop the twirly stuff. I've said it before. Just have him jump over it. That's all. I don't know.
So is this elf like relegated to some fighting pit somewhere?
I have no idea. Just flying across the space, getting drug on a chain, and stabbing a person, presumably in the neck.
So every
It is
time
the
I
same
watch
guy that
that,
got Peter.
every time I watch that clip, I think to myself, Christopher Tolkien didn't like the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings trilogy because they were too stupid action movie. Like,
Yeah, he said that they were an action film for like teenage boys.
yeah,
Which is it's a fair criticism, but that's also a wise, conscious decision because it honestly introduced a generation of teenage boys to Tolkien. Right?
I will, to my dying breath, defend the legitimacy of teenage boys as a target audience and strongly believe that the collapse of Marvel Comics is linked to not targeting teenage boys. But
Ripperverse, it's going to be big.
It is. My point was more if the Tolkien family thought that Peter Jackson's was too stupid action movie, oh boy. JRR, we need to strap a turbine to that man's corpse because he's going to be spinning after seeing that fight. My God.
He just said strap a turbine to his corpse. Man. Oof.
That's disrespectful than what Amazon's about to do to it.
Are you reading the comments? I don't know that I'm prepared for this. Like,
I just like we were talking about Bezos, the ultimate fan, and this person. There you go. maybe Bezos is more involved than we thought, right?
Oh my! I got goosebumps. Oh my God!
I love
Steve. Can you sing that or at least do the dialogue?
No, I'm not saying no. I've been streaming.
If you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it. I got goosebumps.
No, sorry.
Other people making call-outs for Batman or Batwoman, excuse me. Sorry, Batwoman.
The ring is the.
It's a woman.
Oh my God!
Oh man,
This is not a good sign of like. Oh my gosh! Everybody's just all over this thing.
Sorry, guys.
We thought
Just drunkenly moving around here.
If
I am
every
Iron
fan
Man.
base, Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever, if every fan base was as rock-ribbed hardcore as the Lord of the Rings fan base, the world would be a much better place. Like,
Okay,
Ryan
guys, let's
Johnson
play
would
a
be
game.
under a bridge collecting change from passerbys. Like,
Let's play a game. Let's play a game, guys.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
How far, if I sort by top comments, how far do I have to scroll down to find a positive comment?
Ooh.
How far do you have
What's
to
the
scroll
ratio
down
now?
before someone is not basically inserting a quote from a different IP and then facetiously saying tears, goosebumps,
Yes.
chills? You have to. How
Oh,
many
you don't
comments
have to
are there?
dislike
16,000. You got to go down at
So-
least 14,000 comments before that.
So that looks to me like
63,000 upvotes. The last time I checked it, I believe the ratio was about 2-1.
So how do you actually even see the ratio? I feel like you have to get an app on your browser to be able to show the
Yeah.
dislikes after they decided to hide them.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a Chrome
There's
extension.
Yeah.
Chrome plugin, and I have it,
Yeah.
so I'll go look it up really quick.
I was gonna say you're gonna go
There you
look,
go.
Dane.
Try
I would
and
look,
find
but go ahead.
Did you get it back when
Um,
it was free? Because I think it's like $1.99 now.
Oh, I got it when it was free. Yeah.
Oh,
Whoever made it
yes.
I got it
$1.99 is a
yesterday,
smart guy.
and I didn't, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
There
man.
you go. Elrond offering Galadriel the blue pill. Oh man, these are literally all. It's literally all. Is sealed to her again. Real Slim Shady, please stand up.
Okay,
Oh
guys.
my god.
The trailer's got 63,000 upvotes, 175,000 downvotes.
Nice. What is? Oh my goodness.
So that's gonna be. So how far
Talk-
down? What's the guess? So
I don't.
I'm
I don't
honestly
think it's
not
on
sure
the
that I'll
first
think.
page.
Yeah,
I think
you're
if
gonna
I
have to
just
get to the
keep
second
scrolling
page.
down, I don't think I'm gonna find it. This is
What are you
classic.
doing in a swamp? What are you
In my
doing
swamp.
in a
Oh, that's so good. That might be my favorite. That might be my favorite.
Yeah, Andrew, the one thing to note is that extension always guesses low. If you look at your videos compared to what the extension says, there are always more downvotes
Oh my
on
gosh.
the studio than what the extension says. So yeah, this is easily has surpassed 3-1.
To crush your enemies and see them driven before you and hear the lamentations of the women. I think
These are so good.
I did
This is probably. This might be my new favorite thing. I might just come on here a couple times a day.
I saw one and I posted it to our Discord a while ago. But it was when Galadriel turned serious and turned to everyone and said, "Enough is enough. I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane."
Dude, if you're Amazon's PR people, how do you respond to your prospective fan base hunting your trailers for sport?
Okay, so here's a question, guys. I've seen a lot of people looking over these trailers, looking through the comments, the ratios, and saying like, "Oh, this show is going to get crushed." Like the Tolkien fans, we're not taking any of this, right? Real talk here. Ratio of fans to people scrolling their cell phone on their couch, watching whatever Amazon puts up as the "Is this what you like to watch next?" I think this show is going to get a ridiculous audience for at least the first few episodes.
This will do numbers.
Oh,
the idea that it is not going to absolutely just crush every other Amazon show that they've ever had.
Oh yeah.
No, it is absolutely going to do that.
It's
the question though, are they going to recoup $500 million?
No. But look,
that's the question.
Anybody that thinks this is not going to be watched is just in denial. I mean, it's one of those. It's going to be watched by everybody. Anybody looking forward to it, anybody not looking forward, and anybody that's just oblivious. And then you got the people that just want to know what's going on. They're going to watch it. So it's gonna do all the numbers in the world. At least for the first few, I would assume most will hang out just because it's going to be the thing that everybody's talking about for a while.
For 2 weeks. Depends on the release schedule.
They'll release 3 and then they'll go episodic. That's what they do. They'll release the first 3 and then we'll be talking about Rings of Power for 2 months at least, just like Wheel of Time.
So I do think, I think it's going to be about 2 months of overall releases. I haven't seen anything confirmed on whether or not they're actually going to release multiple at a time. Amazon does a different release schedule for every freaking show, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
I guess what confuses me is I could see them not doing the 3 and then 1. I could see them doing 1 a week because they have no interest in trying to hook people the first week with 3 episodes. They know what they have here.
Yep.
Drag
it. They're gonna drag it out as long as they can.
Clear,
when Obi-Wan tells
what they have here is 11 pages of appendices, right? That's what they have here, right?
When Obi-Wan turned and told Elrond that's no ring, that's a space station. I had goosebumps and I cried.
Oh man, these are.
It goes on like this for 14,000 comments.
The question that I have is less: is this going to do numbers, and more, is this actually going to incite an act of violence?
Can I just point out that
what absolutely see somebody throwing a rock or a brick or a Molotov through an Amazon window?
I just want to know how this started.
Can I just point out that even the thought bots, this is clearly a weird Russian sex bot. Even they are getting in on the popularity of how the best way to get people dunking on Rings of Power sells better than sex.
It's got 3 replies. What are the replies to that? Like, I mean,
oh man,
on.
It's
is a
guaranteed.
gamble. This
One
is
of
a
the
gamble.
3 is a shill
This
being
is a
like,
gamble.
"Oh, I've seen this already." Right? See, nice how even the bots copy troll comment. Okay,
Yeah.
that was Pip's comment. No truth
That is
handler.
fantastic.
That's a Sideshow Bob comment, but.
Oh man.
And Andrew,
It
to
just goes
answer your
on.
question in the chat, the absolute genius is the genius of crowds. That's what's doing this.
Yeah,
I-
which one of the things that I find funny about this is I feel like the Tolkien fandom took it personally when Amazon said, "Oh, it's the bots
Just gonna scratch.
that are ruining our show." So they said, "You know what? Fine. Instead of having an easily searchable uniform comment, we are all going to come up with one unique comment." Fuck you, Amazon. That'll teach you to call me a bot.
Okay, so we've gone now. We went by best comments. So those are all the ones that have been around for a little minute and have gotten lots of votes. Let's see if the trend is going strong with
Well,
with
the first
new
one
stuff.
up there, I love the part
Still-
where Eric.
Still the meme. Just
You're a Jedi,
bullshit.
Harry.
I mean,
When
Call
Ray
to action.
Palpatine told the Harvest we're going to need a bigger boat. The USS
man.
Enterprise. I
Hey, look,
almost
there's-
cried. Oh my gosh.
Positive one. Can you downvote that for me, Pips?
Wait, there's a positive one?
this one.
Where?
This one. Well, I think this has got to be sarcastic.
Gosh,
It's gotta be
this looks so
sarcastic.
amazing.
I'm gonna scroll through some too on my up screen.
You guys think this is serious? You think this is serious?
I don't know.
Are you guys familiar with Poe's law?
I'm this excited for anything since The Hobbit.
Sarcasm is indistinguishable online from extreme positions.
I know
positions
I
that are held
often get
sarcastically
tripped up
are.
by your sarcasm, Pips, but I think that's sarcastic.
I feel like
And Jesus Christ, killing the comment section again.
Man, it is. It's still going strong. It's literally all of it. Oh man, I think to your point. So you asked the question of, will it inspire literal acts of violence?
When Sauron said, "That's not a ring. This is a ring." Such chills. Fucking Crocodile Dundee.
Oh man, I honestly. There you go. We'll do the helmet stack as a.
When Sauron said, "My
So
name is
good.
Sauron. You killed
Stunning
my
brave.
father. Prepare to die." I'll never forget chills.
So stunning and brave.
We thought
Children running in a field. The problem is that there's no transitions in the trailer, so we can't see any transitions. But this looks like something that will be used in a Wayne Yip transition.
Oh yeah, there was definitely
Just wait for the meteor
Actually,
to land and
I-
Sauron to climb
it's
out.
in the
of it,
midst
right?
of a transition. The way it darkens.
I know. The dim that's we only got a little brief snapshot, but we're gonna get the whole thing. It's gonna happen.
Dude, there's going to
Oh
be a
my God.
transition between every scene.
When
Yes.
Galadriel arrived at the front of her army and shouted, "Autobots, transform!" It really touched my heart.
Oh man, I feel like we've been going for a while. I know Prophet said that he had to go, but like, I honestly like the thing that I struggle with is just trying to understand whether or not this is them trolling us or someone inside the company trolling Jeff Bezos. like is this they're like, you wouldn't let us unionize? I got a fucking plan for you, friend. Like, I'm I'm so blown away by like how bad this looks.
Dude,
It just
this show is going to white pill so many people. Like
White pill or black pill? Jesus fucking
white
Christ.
pill. This is going to be a call to action.
I have to turn off.
If you lose $1 billion, I mean, we know Disney has probably lost $500 million in Phase 4, but if Disney loses $500 million in Marvel Phase 4 and Amazon loses $500 million on Rings of Power, that's got to be the end, right? The shareholders are going to put their foot down. I assume like that this isn't sustainable, right?
oh man.
Not in a rising rate
So that's-
environment, but here's the fun thing about Amazon stock. Are you guys? You got your Google tab?
Are you
What's
you
Amazon
gonna try and
stock?
share something with us?
Well, shit. What's Amazon
Okay.
stock at? 122 per share.
Yep. Year to date.
What's like their
Tell
high?
us they did split, right? So it was 125 as the high within the last 5 days. So it actually from the 19th to the 20th to like the 22nd, it actually went up and then it's coming back down. So it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, but
Honestly, like
you guys
Six
tell,
months
Come
ago.
on, dude.
I don't know.
you guys tell me
Sorry.
if this is coincidence. But Amazon's high, all-time high, appears to be the day before Wheel of Time aired, November 18th. The closing price is
Is that
184.8.
real life? Is that actually a true data point?
Oh shit, no! So they beat
I was
that.
like, there's no way that's true.
Okay, it's in the past year it is, but in July of 21, they hit 185.97 on July 9th. But their other high
That was when
would be-
Amazon was the only place to buy toilet paper.
Yeah. But the day Wheel of Prime aired, they were at about 184, and they're down to 122 now.
And those are all corrected prices for anyone who's remembering them being up in the thousands because they did a major stock split.
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
this is kind of like when somebody changes their pronouns and then you're trying to look back at their Wikipedia page and you like can't really figure out when it happened.
Yeah,
because it always happened.
Like watching Juno.
if you bought Amazon in the depths of the 2008 credit crisis and you thought, oh, $40, that's worth it. Well, split adjusted, that's down to $2 now. So it seems like they've done at least a 20-for-1 split.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
going
they did
to
a lot.
say, I don't know about you guys, but I am just going to be sitting there and I am going to wait for that first episode to drop, and I am buying everything the day after. I have to the drop that's going to happen from that episode, I feel like is going to be significant.
On
And
their
as
share
much as-
price?
Yeah, I actually do think that's going to hurt because the one thing that hurts companies' stock more than anything else is bad PR.
It's perception. Yeah.
Yes, and then so I'm gonna buy it. After the crash that's going to happen on that first episode, and just I'm going to wait for people to realize that Prime Video is a minuscule portion of the Amazon business, so that even if Rings of Power does lose $500 million in the first year, we're still bouncing back. It's not a disaster. That is the unprompted and unsolicited stock price advice from me.
Heavily caveat that this is not financial advice.
Not financial advice.
It's the opposite.
It's like
Alex,
this is
Alex, I actually work in finance, and I'm telling you not to do this.
Don't do it.
This is not.
Don't do it. Just looking at their price to earnings ratio, it's 60, even though it's down 30% this year. Don't do that. Don't.
I don't know, man.
If you're buying for
served me well.
No, what you're doing, you're not investing, you're speculating, and it's basically turning the market into a gambling den. And you know what, you're free to do that, but anyone who gives financial advice would say, if you have a speculative portion of your portfolio, keep that 5% or less, where you want to do kind of these short-term trades. Everything else you invest in, go for the long term, and make sure you're diversified and not exposed egregiously to one trade or another.
Oh,
Well, there you go, guys.
I'm totally
free financial
80%
advice
in the
from
S&P 500. I'm just gonna say United punched an Asian guy, and all of a sudden their stock dropped like 30%. I bought in, and it bounced back in like a week. It was wonderful.
Oh, yeah. If the fundamentals, scream that, like if Rings of Power, okay, I'll caveat this, Alex. If Rings of Power drops and all of a sudden Amazon stock goes from 122, where it is right now, to like $30, back your fucking truck up. Like sell everything else and buy in at $30. But I don't think you're going to see that kind of move off of one show.
So basically, Alex, this is what you're expecting the day after the the first episode drops.
I could legitimately see a 10 to 15% drop. Like, they started burning down all those targets in Minneapolis, and that stock dropped, and it bounced back just fine. Like,
and Andrew, I think he's pushing the diversify agenda.
Diversify your portfolio, right? Wu-Tang Financial.
The only diversity Dane supports.
You got to diversify your bonds.
Oh my!
No, don't buy bonds. Finance. Why are you?
You're not allowed to have a single check person.
Thanks, Allison.
If you have any checks in the chat.
So Sven is calling a 5% drop max. So if we're saying 122, we're saying we're dropping to 116. I can see it.
Yeah, but even then, like the way tech has been this year, it could just honestly be a Monday.
Oh, terrible jump scare.
Is this Sauron, the little boy? Or what's going on?
Yeah.
Probably.
He does look evil.
There's just no there. Like you watched this trailer. I know everybody has probably watched through it. Prophet, you did a breakdown of this trailer on somebody else's channel, right?
I think it was Salty.
You were with them.
Yeah, I think it was Salty. I don't know.
And I know you did the Wheel of Prime season 2 breakdown as well.
Yeah.
I feel like, is it just me, or are trailers nowadays actively attempting to show nothing?
Well, trailers where the production company has no confidence in their product are trying to tell you nothing.
I don't know. It's just trailers have not. I don't know. Trailers have changed so much. You used to watch a trailer and be like, it used to get you hyped up, and I don't know if it's just this sort of genre has beat me up too much. And I don't, it's like even the House of the Dragon one. It's like, hey, some of that stuff looks pretty cool, but it's probably who knows what it's going to actually be, right? What's that?
Next time we do a Rings of Power live stream, we need to get Andrew on, because I think he knows more about Tolkien than all of us.
I was going to say, I believe Andrew is probably now that Christopher is dead, Andrew is the most knowledgeable Tolkien person in the world. I don't know. David Shipping might have his stuff, but
Andrew, Andrew, if you're in a position and you want to hop on, I can send you a link here. We're clearly not doing anything serious here. We're handing out bad financial advice. We're looking at troll comments on YouTube.
Not bad.
And
Sauron is one of Maiar, and then what was Gandalf? That was
Gandalf is also Maiar.
Is he?
Yep.
Is it the same class? I know there was another word for him, or word for them, that like began with an I.
All right, Andrew.
I didn't think Gandalf was an incel. What are you talking about, Dane?
No, not incel. Gandalf had all the ladies, from like Gondor all the way up to the Mirkwood.
I'm gonna be honest. The weird hints in The Hobbit about a relationship between Galadriel and Gandalf. People talk about the creepy elf dwarf relationship. I found that to be so much weirder.
I never watched the Hobbit movies enough to pick up on that.
Max Scherzer, there it is, Dane. Max Scherzer called it out. Thank you, sir. The Astari.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Max.
There you go.
See, I got one letter right.
Yeah, because the Astari are they're the wizards. They're that class of
They
Astari
are
the
Maiar, as Andrew's saying, right? But I think it's only the 5 of them, right? And
Are a subset of Maiar who were sent. They were.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
damn it, we can, but there's a
hear
bit
you.
of an echo, Andrew.
Okay, hang on a second.
I
We're
think he's got
doing
the stream
high
volume on.
high
no,
quality
I-
stuff that we're doing here.
He's got the stream on a different screen, so he's
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
We're hearing through his mic us talking 10 seconds later.
Yep. Okay, there we go.
So the
So,
Astari
yeah,
slightly
are
better.
The
wizards,
Astari
right?
are, the Astari and Wizard. Wizard is synonymous with Astari in Lord of the Rings. There's 5 of them. They're all Maiar. It's just a name for their group. They were sent for a specific purpose, basically to counteract Sauron. And then
as counselors, right? They weren't.
pretty much. And only Gandalf's the only one that stayed true to their purpose. Although Saruman's the only one
Because
who went full blown evil.
Saruman went full blown evil. There were 2 blue ones that kind of went way the fuck to the east, and you never heard of them. Radagast went native, and Gandalf is the only one that kind of stuck around and did his job.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. See,
So-
I'm not a complete ignoramus about my Tolkien, guys.
I do not consider myself a expert on Tolkien at all, but I have read the Silmarillion, and one of my closest friend was invited to be a moderator on some of the biggest Lord of the Rings subreddits just because of how knowledgeable he is about this stuff. He has a whole blog detailing.
Oh well, then why are we talking to you? Get him on.
No, I was gonna say text him.
That would work out well.
You know what?
So Andrew, give us your best. Is the wizard going to be Saruman?
Is the wizard going to be Saruman? What do you mean? Oh, I haven't watched any of this Rings of Power stuff. I have no interest in watching it, so I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay, so
There
there is
fucking
a
wizard?
meteorite. The meteorite lands on Earth, and an old man with a beard pops out.
Oh no!
Everybody is speculating that it is one of the Astari.
Yeah,
So
that
the question
would be
is,
my
which-
speculation as well. When is this taking place? The
Second
show?
age.
Second age, but
So
because of the
Melkor
time
Morgoth
compression,
has
there's
been
no-
defeated, but Sauron is coming. I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
the second
gosh.
age, but we can't give you a specific year in the second age because they've compressed the entirety of the second age, all 3,500-ish, don't yell at me if I'm wrong, years into about 50 years.
I think Sven's onto something here. I think that they would find themselves way too constricted if they had to actually use one of the ones from the books. This
Well,
is going to be
they're
their
like
own. They're just going to make
two
someone
blue-
up. This is
They're like 2 blue wizards, and you got basically carte blanche with those 2.
this,
Maybe you don't
Yeah,
get
but
to
no,
name
all,
them, but
all the Astari were sent way later than the show is taking place, I think. So
Oh.
I don't think that makes any sense.
well, that
this is
perfect.
This is
then
going
you
to
can
be
make up different wizards who aren't
Exactly.
this is
Astari.
going to be the purple wizard.
The lesser known second age wizards that weren't written about but were really there.
Ferdinand the
Yeah.
Rainbow.
I was going to say, yeah, this is
Wait,
this is going to be
what?
the purple or the rainbow wizard.
Rainbow wizard, trans flag
So,
wizard.
No.
Oscillates between.
Saruman is
Beard or
already
no?
the Rainbow Wizard. Saruman is already the Rainbow Wizard.
No, Saruman of many colors. Saruman is not the wizard. there's a distinction to be made there. OBG 70 killed it. The yellow non-binary wizard. Actually, Andrew,
Well,
have
what
you
you,
weighed in on non-binary Galad yet? Do you have a prediction on that?
Oh,
I mean, that's just one of those spurious theories we cooked up based on nothing, right?
Why
So-
do we keep going there?
No,
There's
based on strong
there
evidence
was
from
a-
having watched an entire season of this shit.
And then the
there
rumors
was
started.
a non-binary trans actor parentheses cast that does appear to be maybe
you can
Gilad.
call her her.
I'm trying to think if they were going to
Guys.
make a character non-binary. I'm trying to think who it would be.
It's
Gilad.
It has to be
because
Gilad.
Gilad is lithe and feminine looking. And to be quite honest, guys, we can just call her her. Don't worry about her pronouns, because when I posted a picture of her with her tits out, Matt actually took it off the Discord because I technically violated the no nudity rule, even though she had like a mesh crop top.
Even though that was clothes she wore in public for like real things.
Yeah.
So it was borderline. It was kind of to prove a point. But I understand Matt's point of view. I was skirting the edge, man. I was living the edge with that post, and it's fine that he took it down.
I'm sure
Dan,
there
would
are
you call
many.
yourself an edgelord?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are many things
Miles-
that French wear in public that I wouldn't want on the Discord either.
Right. Yeah.
No one wanted to
Miles,
see
in the
it
comment
anyways.
section, if you want to know who Sauron is, message me in the Discord because I know who it is. I can ruin it for you.
I want to know. Can you ruin it for me right now? It's Eminem, right?
All right.
No.
I'm gonna try and
No,
bring
Lyle
back.
said several
These
times.
weak
it's
arms
not-
are
that's not
heavy.
him.
Melkor spaghetti. That's what Anne was saying a moment ago.
No, that unfortunately that is not Sauron. That is. Can I spoil the shit here?
Yeah.
Spoil the shit.
That
Wait,
is the
Anyone else
Wait,
watching?
wait, pause.
Anyone else watching?
If no-
Spoilers. Spoilers.
so that. Can I speak now, Pips?
Yeah, go.
That is the leader of the elf. That is the evil elf leading the brigade of orcs that Galadriel needs to hunt down. That is who Eminem is. Sauron is Halbrand, the good-looking white male human.
A good-looking male human. Aren't they all wonderful looking?
I'm not in the
The-
show, Alex.
The brunette, long hair, OC.
The OC.
But I'm
Hey,
I'm
hey
sure I'll eat.
Alex. Hey, Alex, I'm going to ask you. Tell me if this looks like a shot directed by Wayne Yip.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
That just like a 19-year-old who thinks he's Steven Spielberg. So yes, I'm going to say that looks like a Wayne Yip shot.
Wait.
I
But
think-
do you
I think
think that
actually-
including
I think
this
actually-
in the trailer, is this a reaction to the previous fan reactions to the teasers? You have been told many
yes.
lies about Middle Earth.
Yes.
Oh,
Every
absolutely.
single
Yes.
commentary in these trailers is meta commentary. The let the past die shit was a direct shot. It was just them telling the fan base, stop yelling at me. I'm trying my best.
I just meant to bring up the fact that I think it was Amanda Manethrin actually brought up the A Leaf on the Wind in our episode 4 rewatch with him, and here we have just a shot of a literal leaf on a wind, and it's Wayne Yip in both of those fucking cases.
This
Guys,
leaf does
we're
not
in
go
for it.
back into the
We're in
earth
for
and feed anything. This leaf burns the fuck up.
Oh my gosh. Also, it's just so fucking dark. Look at this. This is a shot on the trailer that they produced and published and released.
Yes.
What is this?
Do you guys have
given your choice, you have two stylistic choices if you have shit CGI. Do you want to do the DC superhero super dark so you can't see anything, or do you want to do the Marvel shaky cam? And Amazon looked at that question and answered very confidently, yes.
You're gonna do both. Okay.
Oh man.
Have either of you guys watched any of this stuff on an OLED? Or an organic light emitting diode TV? Right?
I don't
Where
have
every pixel is individually backlit, and that's why the darks are darker. They just turn it off rather than have like a kind of simulated black. But I'm honestly just wondering, if you watched one of these things on an OLED, how dark would it actually get?
So I don't know about the OLED, but that is actually a
As
problem that studios are having right now. Is their screens and their cameras and their technical production is so good that shit like the battle from the last season of Game of Thrones that nobody with any regular like over the counter camera can see looks watchable on that. And they're too stupid to make something, go down the street to Circuit City, pick up a TV, plug it in, and watch it. So they just let it rip, thinking that their
So they're assuming
professional
their whole
quality
audience.
production TVs, yes, they assume their audience has that quality of equipment to watch it on.
Top line
It's
of it.
dumb as
Everybody's
shit.
got $4,000 to drop on a TV.
Yep, that's
I think
the
I think
exact
the other thing is they're assuming people have a literal like dark room, like you have a home theater, not like, hey, this TV lives in my living room and I have like a real life and have to do shit. It's like, no. Go back into your home theater and fire up your $4,000 TV and light your cigar with $100 bill.
right.
Doing it.
Man.
I strongly maintain every Hollywood production, the first thing they should do is they should walk down the street, find a 21-year-old sitting in a bar, and say, I would like you to be an executive producer on my show. And the only thing I want you to do is tell me when I'm being an elitist fuck. And
Mike, is that a real?
Okay, no, you can't do that, Alex, because if you're a Hollywood producer and you walk down the street, you're finding a 21-year-old in Hollywood. You need to go down the street in fucking Traverse City, like Michigan or whatever, and hire that kid to be a fucking executive producer, or a kid in Kingston, Ontario, or a kid in fucking Nijmegen, the Netherlands, or a kid in fucking, I don't know, Leicester, England, right? Somewhere outside of where all these people congregate. Just find a random city, and then I'd agree with you.
Well, there's a phenomenal saying in
anyone who's 21 and in Hollywood either sucks dick or sucks dick for a living.
Well, I'm just going to say it. There's a phenomenal saying in the advertising market for the longest time. The saying was, if it'll sell in Dubuque, it'll sell anywhere. As in, if you want to know how your thing is going to go over, go to a small city in Iowa and ask the folks in the bar.
You're just saying that because you're in Iowa.
No, that is.
I'm not meaning to dox you there, dude, but
that saying has been alive for longer than I have been alive by far.
I thought the big saying about advertising is half the money you spend is wasted, and I just don't know which half.
Been watching Mad Men recently?
I mean, honestly though, like that was the question that I thought of looking at the Rings of Power like full like block spread that they did for Comic-Con, where they like painted the sides of buildings to do their advertisement. It's like, who do they think is showing up at Comic-Con and doesn't know the Rings of Power is about to come out?
Right.
There you go. That is I mean, you joke, Pips. The joke in the industry is that San Diego Comic-Con has become the graveyard of franchises. Like, if you're out of touch with reality, San Diego Comic-Con is where you hang out.
All right. Well, honestly, we had very little plan going into this other than to show you guys some of the comically bad stuff that Wayne Yip was doing, and then look at the comically bad stuff Rings of Power is doing. And the comment section was just bonus, to be honest. Both the chat and the comment section on these videos. So I don't know. I mean, I think Alex, I think you have to go. Prophet, you probably have to go.
Yeah, I got to roll here in a minute.
Wait, but before anyone goes,
maybe we just. Okay, Dan?
What's your favorite comment on the Rings of Power trailer? If you scroll through it quick, like
I like the Dern one. That one made me laugh. The Beyonce one was pretty good too. There's how do you pick? There's so many good ones. The Durin one, it was pretty fun. I laughed out loud for that one though.
Okay.
See,
So-
maybe I'm just a prisoner of the moment, but I was a massive fan of the Galamorbin time.
Yeah, this one here, the Gollum, it's precious time. I think it's the top one here for a reason. That this is a meme within a meme. This is the Inception comment.
Could you go so far as to say that Morbius is a meme on the MCU?
So you're saying we're three levels deep?
Yeah.
This is a meme of a meme of a meme?
I'm pretty comfortable saying that Morbius was a meme at this point. I refuse to believe that was a serious attempt at a movie.
I never even watched it yet, so I guess I'm in for a treat.
It's like 80 minutes long. It's incredible.
I honestly I haven't seen it. I can't speak confidently on it. Okay, Prophet. I think you got to go.
Yeah, I gotta.
What are you up to? What are you up to this week? You got any
This
big
week,
plans?
I have no idea. This week, it's going to be by the seat of my pants because I'm working. I'm switching to the overnight shift for the week, so we'll see if I got any energy to do anything. But I got a few Wheel of Time things I got in the back of my mind. I found some stuff I want to go over. So see if I can at least craft a video or two and hopefully get a live stream in there somewhere. But it's pretty random right now.
Well, I will say that if it's a slow week for you on your channel with you doing stuff, for those of you who can't get your Prophet of the Dragon fix, White Cloaks is going to be dropping part 1 and part 2 of Prophet of the Dragon, finishing out episode 4, Wheel of Prime rewatch. They're pretty fantastic. Steve is, as always, a true talent when it comes to just absolutely decimating the Wheel of Time on Amazon. We enjoy the hell out of having you.
It's always fun. So if anybody if you ever lose a guest and you need somebody to fill in real quick, just give me a holler if I'm around. I'm in there. But until we do it again, I'll be watching all the, of course, the one we did, and then any of your other guests. They've all been very entertaining. So I'm glad you guys are doing it. I'm glad you guys are growing. We'll keep trying to get you to grow. I will be your voice on Twitter since you guys are too lazy or scared or
lazy.
Alex,
what do you have to say to use Twitter to get the voice out there. But I will be your hand in the Twitter sphere for now, I guess. Just don't send me too many orders, Pips. All right? I mean, come on, man.
I'm just gonna try and there you go. Putting you guys next to each other. Alex, he called you out on our Twitter game. What do you have to say for yourself?
What do you want me to say? Guilty as charged. I 100% deserve to be put on blast for this. Like, don't at me, bro.
I think the best part was when you guys did the first. I know we're trying to wrap up, but the first stream and Alex I think it was you that posted up the restream link on Twitter. I'm like, hey dude, that's probably a bad idea. You
that's
don't
right.
want
We
randos
jumping
into
that point,
to restream.
I was really hoping we were going to get like a bunch of like antagonistic assholes in our stream. Like,
have you tweeted at Rafe Judkins with the horse meme?
There you go.
God. Hang on.
A bad idea. There you go.
All right.
To be quite
he's on it now. He's like, okay, I'm
no,
on
but
it.
but Alex, in one of his responses in that impromptu Q&A,
see you, Mike. Thanks for coming out.
He made mention of keep up with the memes. I love them. So maybe you can reply with it. Hey, have you seen this meme?
yeah, that'd be good because he's talking about all the lame ones. Like, I don't know if you've
my question is, what memes? Has anybody seen a meme for the Wheel of Prime?
Just
like,
go to the Twitter.
Yeah,
There's a whole bunch of terrible ones posted that are not funny.
Fish guts.
There are memes based on all roads lead to Tarvalin, but other than that, not much.
Yeah,
they have people. The people are making the terrible memes that are sucky, and he's like, ooh. I'm Rafe Judkins.
When Galadriel said to Sauron, "It's over, Sauron. I have the high ground."
if anybody missed it, that was my
Chills.
Rafe Judkins impression.
I'm trying to figure it out. Like, so
Cowan.
Steve, if you combined our faces into one, I just realized we actually kind of look like Rafe Judkins.
Oh, fuck
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Well, that was uncalled for, man. God,
that was yeah. I thought you were gonna go with a joke, and then
That was friendly.
Mean.
That was
No,
self-deprecating.
Was it?
I don't
though?
know.
You involved
I thought we were
Steve. There was
friends.
no call
What the
for that.
hell? What's that?
I don't know if
thing?
this is positive or negative, but I think Steve looks a little more like John Favreau than Rafe Judkins.
What? Oh man, fat John
Wait.
Favreau or thin John?
Well,
Favreau?
just the face. The face.
No, is
Wait,
that
dude,
Iron Man
John
John Favreau,
Favreau-
or
John
is that,
Fav-
or is
John
that fucking
Favreau
Book of
was,
Boba Fett John Favreau?
Mike,
Dude,
I
John
don't think
Favreau
we
was putting it
saw
in Marissa
Might have.
Tomei.
Don't remember
Like,
it.
let's
Do you have a way to give it to me so I can put it up?
Hey man, John Favreau. I'm good with that. That's okay. I think that's a good call. I don't know that I see it, but John Favreau. I'll be compared to John Favreau. That dude's probably got more tail than half of Hollywood. Crickets.
No, because half of
John
Hollywood
Favreau. John
also
Favreau
fucks
was the
boys.
guy who, when directing Iron Man 2, very specifically instructed Scarlett Johansson to put her legs around his head. Like,
And Shaker took us.
I had not
Iron Man 2, right? Yeah.
put two and two together there. Jeez.
John Favreau was also the one who apparently decided that Brie Larson's ass was not adequate for the MCU and called in the ass double. Like, John Favreau, for being a self-proclaimed feminist, is
Yeah. Well,
knows what's
he's just trying to survive in Hollywood, right? I remember all his old movies.
At the end of
not
the
a
day, he's
feminist.
just looking out for us, right?
He was in Swingers. Come on, like he's not. Come on.
I guess,
but,
man, has
but
anybody
I
watched
really,
Iron-
we could sit around here fucking around all night. I really got to go. I got to get ready to work, guys. But go to work. But thank you guys for having me as always. And obviously, we will do more. Come by my channel and join if you want. I'll figure out something to do for members eventually. But yeah, go watch my golfing. The thing that the hitting Rafe Judkins' head with a golf club that Salty made. That's a pretty good one. So, but
I'm
that's
still,
a
I'm
good
still
one.
waiting
Yeah.
for Pips to do
And-
that thing, but with us and RRR. Be great.
oh well, hey.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
Steve, you and I are going to have a video coming up. We're going to talk Rom versus Riva.
Okay, you're my scheduler. We could. Hey man, I'm down, dude. Hey, you want to get White Cloaks up there? Just drop one. Just put RRR in the title, and they'll check it out, and you'll go up 500 subs. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
The story of how Pips
Dane,
and I
Dane
met.
would defect.
Huh?
Uh,
No. I'm fine with
All right,
RRR. It's just
think-
Pips. You got to do that video of like how we first met and rescued Alex
oh my
from the
gosh.
explosion of the tank train at the bridge. Right? And you were on the horse, and you are a horse. And then you rode one way, and then I'm the Playmobil guy.
We
And
crossed
I got
the
my
stream.
with one hand and the motorcycle. And we go off the bridge, and we rescue Alex. From
Pip's
the
head's on
fire.
the horse instead of the guy, right?
All right.
It's going to be
All
great.
right, guys.
Steve,
Steve is leaving. We're
I'm leaving.
all leaving.
You're gonna make me leave for work. I
Mike,
love you guys, man.
Mike, I've failed to figure out how to put your meme on here. Everyone else, thanks for coming out. And I think we've reached our culmination point. There's no more to be squeezed out of us as commentators. So thank you, everyone, and we'll see you again. Walk in the light.
All hail the Lord Dragon.